Good afternoon to you. Skies are brightening up now across the south of the country after a bit of a grey start. So again, much of England and Wales, plenty of sunshine around, but you'll notice across the north, particularly Scotland, the winds will be picking up. We've got quite a stormy spell of weather expected across northern Scotland as we move through tonight. So some concerns with those strong winds across the far north of Scotland, severe gales likely through the middle part tonight, lasting into the early hours. Like I mentioned, there could be some disruption, for example, to the ferry services early on Wednesday.
Hello there, good afternoon. A pretty sunrise for some across the capital earlier on this morning, including for our weather watchers here in Twickenham and again in Barking. And then the clouds thickened, a few spots of drizzle from a weak weather front sinking southwards through the morning, but it's cleared this afternoon to leave us with more in the way of sunshine.
Hello again. Well, I have got great news for you. Guess what's back? It's Blossom, and hasn't it been a long time coming? Thank you so much, Ben, for finding it and sending it in. Our weather for the next few days is mostly dry, bright at times, so there's still a fair bit of cloud around. It's fairly mild compared to how we've had it, but it's a bit breezy. It's going to be a bit breezy tomorrow, so if you're in that wind and out of the sunshine in the clouds, still feeling a little bit cold.
Hi Sophie. Well, today's been a day where we've seen the winds strengthen through the day with a mixture of sunny spells and showers, particularly affecting northern areas. But as the winds picked up, you can see the sea starting to get a little bit more lively here in Redcar in Cleveland.
And temperatures into double figures. I even left the hat at home.
Well, we had 10 degrees Celsius more or less yesterday, and it got up to 12 degrees actually today, so feeling even milder, and that of course is mild for the time of year. But this is how we started off the morning. Very disappointing start with lots of low grey cloud, particularly given all that sunshine we saw yesterday. But that was a weak weather front sinking southwards, a few spots of drizzle on it, nothing more, and we were all treated to something a lot more cheerful through the afternoon. Beautiful photo this with all the reflection there in the river in Wapping from our weather watcher Nicholas. And we carry on in the same sort of vein as we head through the rest of the week. Yes, it's still going to be mild for the time of year with high pressure dominating. Then again, it's looking mostly dry, and there'll still be some sunny spells. Things will change slightly as we head into the weekend.
Now with the days getting slightly longer, some of us are going to be starting to think about the garden or the window box again, but it's still very cold. So how can we help protect our wildlife? Lucy's with me, and there are some steps we can take, right?
There's some really easy steps because we're now more than halfway through this winter, of course. And actually this winter so far has been a little below average temperature-wise, can you believe? If you cast your mind back with that particularly cold, prolonged cold spell at the beginning of December, and more recently some low temperatures and very chilly conditions earlier this month and just last week. And this time of year can be particularly tough on our garden wildlife. Not only is food quite scarce, but the temperatures, the low temperatures and the weather can be really difficult. But there's a few simple, easy steps we can take, particularly if you have got a garden or an outside space to help them out. The first is quite simply adding some sort of food source, whether that's a bird feeder or some simple scraps from the kitchen. All of these little things make such a big difference. It's also crucial to add some sort of fresh water to the garden. It's just worth making sure that doesn't freeze on colder, frostier nights. And lastly, it's helpful to help them add something to their nesting, whether that's debris in the garden, sticks, leaves, twigs, that sort of thing, but also simple nesting boxes to help them keep warm when those temperatures drop, because we've still got another month of winter to go. It's all to play for, and talking of which, I've got the latest forecast for you now. Well, it's looking quite windy as a theme as the week wears on. Nowhere near as cold as it could be this time of year, but certainly some chilly nights, a lot of cloud cover and limited low week winter sunshine. The strongest winds, I must mention, through parts of Scotland tonight. Gales here with gusts of 70 to 80 miles an hour and a good deal of wet weather to come. So some chilly nights ahead, but nowhere near as cold as it could be.
So it's not over yet, but it's getting better. Lucy, thank you very much for that.